All right, let's jump right in. Social media, it changes so fast, right? What worked last year or even last month is already starting to feel a little old. So today, we're going to break down the fundamental shifts you absolutely need to have on your radar to win in 2025.
So I gotta ask you, is your social media strategy really ready for what's coming next? Because the shifts we're about to cover aren't just minor tweaks. These are some pretty big changes, and honestly, getting out ahead of them is going to be the difference between leading the pack and getting left behind.
Okay, and if there's one single idea that unlocks everything else we're about to talk about, it's this one. The whole game is changing. The old way, where brands just kind of shouted their message at people, yeah, that's pretty much over. The future, it belongs to the ones who build real connections, start actual conversations, and create a genuine community. First up, let's get into the new intelligence working behind the scenes, AI and those increasingly smart algorithms. These are not just buzzwords anymore, not at all. They are literally reshaping what you and I see in our feeds every single day. Let's start with AI-powered content. Now, I know a lot of people worry it's going to replace human creativity, but that's not really the right way to look at it. It's more about augmenting our creativity. Think of AI as your creative co-pilot, right? It helps you produce super relevant, personalized content at a scale that was basically impossible until now. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Well, it starts with investing in the right tools for writing or video editing. But here's where the magic really happens. You use them to dig into your audience data. The goal is what they call hyper-personalization. But, and this is so important, you always have to add that human touch. You take what the AI gives you and you filter it through your own creativity and your brand's unique voice. That's the secret sauce. And what's really interesting is how the algorithms are changing what they reward. They've gotten a lot smarter. A simple like just doesn't carry much weight anymore. Instead, platforms are prioritizing what they call meaningful engagement. That's content that sparks real discussions, gets shared, and is even saved for later. That's what tells the platform, hey, this is good stuff. Which means your strategy has to adapt. Instead of just posting something and walking away, you got to think, how can I start a conversation here? Using polls, asking questions. You're actively inviting people to interact. At the end of the day, the algorithm's new best friends are quality content and a consistent schedule, because that's what builds real engagement. Now, all this smart tech, it's not just a back-end thing. It's actually changing how we, the users, behave. It's pulling us away from that passive, mindless thumb scrolling and towards something way more active. We're talking about real experiences. And you can really see that shift right here. On one side, you've got the old social media, just passive scrolling, maybe tossing out a like or a follow. But the new social media, it's all about active participation. We're talking short-form video, AR try-ons, live Q&As. The whole interaction has just gotten so much deeper. And of course, leading this charge is short-form video. I mean, TikTok, Reels, Shorts, they're not just a trend anymore. These quick, punchy, bite-sized formats are basically the new language of the internet, and they're absolutely essential for grabbing attention in a world that, let's be honest, doesn't have much to spare. To win here, you have got to hook someone in the first 3 seconds. Seriously. Using trending audio and effects is great for visibility, but the real connection comes from authenticity. Don't just make another slick ad. Show us something real, something behind the scenes. That's what people connect with. But it goes beyond just video. We're seeing a huge rise in truly immersive experiences. Things like AR, VR, and live streams are turning the feed from a one-way street into this cool, interactive space. And that forges much stronger connections with brands. And this stuff is more accessible than you'd think. Just imagine letting customers try on your product with an AR filter right from their couch, or hosting a live Q&A where you solve their problems in real time. It's about using the tech to create a memorable, interactive moment that people won't forget. And that brings us to our third and maybe most important section. Because when you combine this new intelligence with these new experiences, something really powerful starts to happen. Commerce finds its community.
Shopping stops being a separate activity and becomes embedded right in the conversation. You can see how this whole ecosystem works here. You've got social commerce, which makes buying super easy. Creator partnerships bring in that vital ingredient of trust. And these niche communities create a home for your most loyal fans. Each part just makes the others stronger. At the center of all this is the social commerce boom. It's all about shortening that path from, ooh, I love that, to, okay, I just bought it. A person sees a product in a post or a live stream, and they can buy it instantly without ever leaving the app. It's completely frictionless. So the goal is to make your entire feed shoppable. You start by integrating your products right into the platform shopping features. Then create some urgency with a live shopping event. And finally, you amplify that trust by showing off content from your real customers. That social proof, that's what seals the deal. And who powers this whole ecosystem of trust? Creators. They are the bridge between brands and audiences. They provide that authentic, relatable voice that makes this whole new kind of commerce feel genuine and not forced or salesy. The final piece of the ecosystem is the rise of these niche communities. People are flocking to smaller, focused groups on places like Discord or Reddit because they want real, tailored conversations. The opportunity for brands here is huge, but it's not about advertising to them. It's about participating with them, adding value, and earning incredible loyalty along the way. So, with that ecosystem in mind, let's look a little further down the road. There are 3 more emerging forces for 2025 that you really need to have on your radar. And interestingly, they all point in the exact same direction, toward a greater focus on user values and control. Okay, let's run through these quickly. Right now, consumers are demanding transparency on social and environmental issues. Next up, you've got the growth of audio. Podcasts, live audio rooms, it's a powerful way to connect through storytelling. And in the future, keep an eye on decentralized platforms that give users total control of their data. Each one is a signal of that growing demand for authenticity and control. So, if you remember only one thing from all of this, let it be this. The entire paradigm has shifted. Success in 2025 won't come from being the loudest broadcaster. It's going to come from being the most valued community member. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. As you look ahead to 2025, which one will your brand choose to be?
Thanks for tuning in.